right, everyone, part two. Buck ate half of the bowl, but now he wants the rest in the bucket. And now he's back on his side. You back on your side? You listened? He was about to eat my father-in-law's plants. I had to stop him. So that's why I couldn't record him being like, when he was in front of the house. I wasn't able to get that because I had to try to lure him back here. But then he kept standing that he wanted to eat, on our side. So I was like, my mother-in-law who's outside too, she was like, you know what, just feed him on outside, who cares? I was like, I know, but I just don't want him to expect it all the time. So I ended up feeding him on my side a little bit. But Buck, he likes, I'm like so tired because I was trying to get him to go back on his side. He likes to eat half of his food in the bowl and then the other half in the bucket. So then eventually he stopped eating and he walked over here to jump back. I said, this big boy, you got caught by Nonna. But my mother-in-law was happy to see him on my side. My father-in-law, not too much. He was like, he's the one that's been eating my plants. Yeah, because there's a couple of green plants that my father-in-law put in front of the house going around that circle that Buck always walks up to. So me and my husband, we lied to him. We told him it was the bunnies. We were like, oh, it's all the bunnies. They're eating the greens. And then my father-in-law was like, no, it can't be because they're leaving just the stem. No way, the bunny won't do that. They won't eat the whole leaf and just leave a stem. It was so funny. Me and my husband were laughing this morning. But then Buck got caught this evening because my father-in-law seen him literally in front of the door. He was like, what is he doing here? I was like, he's waiting for me. He's hungry. So then I hurry up and ran outside to go feed him. I said, let me hurry up and go get his food. I told my mother-in-law, I was like, can you watch him, the baby, quick? I was like, I'm going to go feed him. I was like, because Buck is in front of the door. She was like, is he really? I said, yes. She was like, oh my God. She was like, yeah, go feed him if you want to go. So now we're here. So this is part two. I was planning to make all one video, but where Buck was standing when he was in front of the door, I had my father-in-law's car and my sister-in-law's and, their license plate. I don't want to get none of that, That type of stuff is no good to put on videos. It's like personal stuff, I feel like. So that's why I didn't record him exactly in front of the house. That's why sometimes I take pictures of him and I'll post a picture of him in front of the house. But doing a video when he's in front of the house, it's hard, especially if there's a lot of cars parked there. Right, big boy? You came and found mommy? Yeah, when he's hungry, he comes and finds me. It's so funny, I swear to God. It really is. It is so funny. I said, are you kidding me? And it's funny because he got caught too. Because me and my husband were trying to blame the bunnies this morning. We were like, no, it's the bunnies. They ate all the greens. And then my father-in-law seeing Buck standing next to the greens that Buck eats. I was like, oh man. I was like, Buck, you're caught. Now no one knows it's you. Oh, it was so funny. I was cracking up before. Because my father, I started laughing. My father was like, you see, I knew it was him. I was like, no, it wasn't him. I'm telling you, it wasn't him. He would have told me he ate it. He's like, yeah, okay, he's going to tell you. I started laughing. I was like, yeah, Buck will tell me if he ate it. He told me he didn't eat it. It wasn't him. Right, Buck? You have to sing that song. It wasn't me. Oh, yay. Right, Buck? You guys sing that song. It wasn't me. I'm so excited because he has no ticks on him. See, his head is nice and clean. His ears. You see no ticks. His face, too. That tick fell off. The one that was right there. Where's my finger? On that side. He had a tick. No more. And no more. Last year, he even had ticks on his velvets. It was so weird. I was like, oh, my God. But this year, hopefully, so far, Buck's got, 2 ticks this year since the spring started? So let's see. I usually try to keep count of all the ticks he gets every year. Last year, he had about, let me think if I can remember. Wait, last year he had 1 on his ear, 1 by his eye, too, again. But that one he made me pull out last year. He had 1 close to his eye, and I actually was able to pull it out. So 2. He had 1 on his neck last year, 3. I think out of the total summer, spring and summer, Buck probably had about 6 total ticks on him for the whole spring and summer. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's because, like I said, I keep spraying him. And last year, every time he kept getting a tick, I kept literally yanking them off of him, pulling them off. This year now, because I have a baby in the house, I'm a little iffy of pulling it out with my bare hands, because God forbid it jumps on me and I don't see it. and God forbid it's on my arm. And last year I was playing with fire, kind of, because I wasn't, that's before I was pregnant, that I was doing that. I was yanking the ticks off of him, and I was kind of being like a little bit careless, because I was like, okay, it's not going to jump on me. I'll feel it. I'll be able to see it. So I was looking at it that way. But this year is a little different because I got a little baby in the house, God forbid. That's the last thing I want to do is bring a tick inside the house. That's one thing that my husband doesn't like about me being around Buck, especially around spring and summer. He's like, because of the ticks. But I was like, babe, I said, thank God. Knock on wood, but I've been doing good. I've been doing really, really good. I send the spray. It helps Buck a lot. That neem oil really, really helps Buck so much. Right, big boy? The birds are singing. This is going to be kind of a short video, too, this evening, because my mother-in-law literally, the moment she got home from work, she literally put her purse down, and then I called her right after she probably put her stuff down inside the house, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, you have to come next door and watch the baby. I was like, because Buck is in front of the house. She's like, all right, I'm coming there right now. So I feel so bad, So that's why I don't want to stay here too long with him, because so my mother-in-law can relax, take her shoes off, and just enjoy her time being out of work and being home. But Buck was on our side. It's a funny character, I swear to God. He's so funny, big boy. I wasn't even late, guys. It was only like 4 o'clock. It was a little bit after 4, actually. No, it was like probably like 4:10 when he was in front of the door. So it's not like it was 5 o'clock or past 5 where I'm late, and he came to find me. It was early. You were hungry early today. Today he was hungry early, I have to say. He was very demanding. You're very demanding, big boy. Yes, you are. All right, everyone. I hope you guys have a great evening and a good night. I know this video is going to be a little short. It's just because if I would have fed him at 5 o'clock and he would have had patients actually stood on the side and my mother-in-law was already settled and everything, I would have stood out here longer and stood with him for like 15 minutes. But I feel bad, like I said. The minute she came home in the house, I called. I didn't even know that she just walked in the house, but I called her. And she was like, I just got in. All right, I'm coming. She's a big blessing in my life. She does so much for me, my mother-in-law. She's like a second mom to me. All right, everyone. So, again, I'll be back tomorrow morning with another video. Tomorrow's Tuesday, which is good because my husband starts work a little later where I could stay here a little longer tomorrow morning, My husband's like, as long as the baby is, not cranky, you can stay out there a little longer. So I was like, okay. Because my husband doesn't know how to deal with my son. When he gets, cranky and he's, fussy, my husband doesn't have the patience for it. Well, not yet. I'm going to say not yet. Because remember, we're both first-time parents. So it's going to take, I feel like, my husband time to grow his patience for his son. Like me, I already have patience for babies and kids. Because I grew up around so many babies and around so many kids. So I'm used to it, To me, this is like a piece of cake. The only thing is, I don't give the baby back. It's mine. So I'm stuck with it. That's how I look at it. Because I used to babysit, my cousin's kids. I grew up around my sister, her 4 kids. So it's I grew up around so many babies and stuff. But that time, I was able to give it back to the parent after I had my fun playing with them or whatever. Now it's this one you can't get back. It's mine. It stays here with me. All right, Buck had a good dinner. He's a silly boy. So I will be back tomorrow. I was going to say later. I just realized we're evening already. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another video. I hope everybody has a great evening and a good night. And me and Buck will be back tomorrow morning. Ciao for now.